Today, we will talk about listed property, what it is, how it works, and some examples. The term listed property refers to a certain type of depreciable property that may be used primarily for business purposes. To be considered listed property, an item must be used for more than 50% for a company's business. That means assets may be used for personal purposes for the remainder of the time. Listed property is subject to a special set of tax rules for the taxpayer. Listed property is any asset that a company uses for business purposes for more than 50% of the time. These assets also depreciate in value over time and can be used for personal purposes when not in use for the day-to-day operations of the business. In simple terms, a company's listed property is any asset used for both business and personal purposes that loses value over time, as long as it is predominantly used to run the business. Costs associated with the use of listed property are not deductible as business expenses. In other words, a tax-paying entity must substantiate the business use of a property if it is to depreciate this property or deduct expenses. The predominant use test must be applied to every item of listed property. This test stipulates that the business usage of the listed property must be more than 50%. Here's a list of assets that generally qualify as listed property: vehicles, computers, and recording equipment. Cell phones were once included as a category of listed property. The Small Business Jobs Act removed cell phones and other similar personal telecommunications devices from the list of acceptable listed property as of January 1, 2010. Here are 3 key takeaways. 1. Listed property is any depreciable asset subject to a special set of tax rules if it is used predominantly for business purposes. 2. In order to be considered listed property, an asset must be used for business purposes no less than 50% of the time. 3. Listed property may also be used for personal use for the remainder of the time. Hope this would help. Thanks for watching.